Welcome back to Finish Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, where in the last video we was finishing up the investigation of what actually going on in the basement warehouse where the urn was broken and a murder took place of Kane Bullard. Well, we still have a few suspects in mind that could potentially did, but it looks like to me that Detective Atmey might be the most suspicious one of all of them. So with that being said, we're about to head to the trial and try and we can prove that Ron Delite, the fake Mask and Moss, is not the real killer. With that being said, grab your snaps, grab your drink, because Detective Reaper is here to save the day. Alright, we're in the defendant lobby. Hey Nick! What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it's a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you notice, Nick? They have a Detective Atmey trial today. Detective Atmey? They say they're going to try to make him as Mask and Moss. Already? That was fast. Boys, I love to see Mask and Moss trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She says she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls has really got into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since the incident last year. Please, don't ignore me. Oh, Mr. Delite, good morning. No one liked me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Well, wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No. I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delite, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone has been sending to him to help him commit the heights. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? They'll just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Oh, we back with the judge and this guy. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delite. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? The preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Gadot. Oh, he got the judge in the palm of his hands. Yet again. Ron Delite is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no choice what that means, Mr. Gadot. Ha! Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the detail of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Securities. His body was found in the safe at approximately 9 in the morning on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was actually at 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Gadot, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Gadot, your witness? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delite, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have an objection? It may be a bit of disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delite to testify. It's like history repeats back itself, so when Mia was defending finished right at the time, she was helping him out, so it looks like the history is repeating itself. He's defending Mr. Delite. Ha! You got guts, Wright. Alright then, Mr. Ron Delite, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? Huh? No, that's not true. For a moment there, I thought we set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delite already pleaded guilty with the face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he probably will put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now Nick, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullet, why did you go to KB Securities? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. Visit to KB. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Biller in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, he ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Securities until a year ago, so I knew where his office is. Oh no, short. Shortest one I ever seen. 1 a.m., that's exactly the time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tide of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know what cover the way he chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Alright, so we had to cross-examine this guy. This is going to be interesting. Alright, that evening around 1 a.m. I went to see Mr. Bill's in the office. It's kind of early to see his office, but okay. The blackmail letter I got, he ordered me to go there. Why? It ordered you there? It was the first time I got a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you got other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They say things like, steal this, or take that. Haha, why don't you say those for later, Mr. Light? Please don't say no more. Now, what should I do? Press harder, or yeah, we gotta go hard on this one. So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It says to bring $50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait. Wait. I never intended to pay the money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I have nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, that hand is added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! A money musketeer in outer space has better chance of surviving this than I do. The blackmail letter didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me to do anything. I've been working for KB Securities until a year ago, so I knew where I was always going. Question that too. You used to be KB's chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for the old grudge. A perfect motive for murder, will you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Life after being fired. Why he was fired doesn't say anything. Why he was fired. Mr. Light, please tell us why he was fired from the job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I'll take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has lots of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Butter found out, and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit my own job. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit you stole data for your company? Is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crash and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fiery, but doesn't know about that. Let's see here. Alright, let's see where we go with this. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see where we should go with this right here. Now I got for order. This is the scary at all. Working KB, the order where it was obviously fiery for set a copy, but Desi doesn't know about that. Okay. Desi doesn't know about that, huh? Let's see. Speaking of Desi, how about her? Yana, what do you think about the witness statement? I'm not sure. I'll follow you. It's clear I'll contradict the thoughts. You don't sound very sure, Mr. Wright. Objection denied. Dang it. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Alright. Let's see. Let's talk about that. Fire me for something. See what this he doesn't know. Down. Here, there's others here. The black man left there scary. It was good. Let's see. Let's try this time. Take a post. Let's see. What's this? Here we go. Go up. Here we go. There we go. Mr. Delite, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What does it? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. Cool. A certain person? Miss Desiree Delite, the defendant's wife. Listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Gadot. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delite stole cover data to pay for his wife's spending habits, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh? Huh? No, everything is falling neatly in place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that. Oh, you'll be sorry. Wow. Well, it seems that we learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thorough whip in just 20 minutes. Clearly, that's a sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive's clear. Let's move on. Ah, boy. What happened at the crime scene at 1 a.m. in the morning, Mr. Delite? Come now, tell us. We are ears. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullet was lying there, dead. I see. So they hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that masked man struck him in the head from behind. Of course, his Atmey turned out to be the culprit himself. That was all a lie. Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not. Determined to cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Wright? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Gadot. I have faith in Ryan. I know he didn't do it. Alright, CEO office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Okay. Suddenly, I was hit the back of the forehead, and after that, I remember being dazed. If I had been wearing that, I would have been killed. What you mean about that? That? Could you please clarify what you're referring to? Why, my Mask and Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Mask and Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be clear on the safe side, I dress as Mask and Mask. And then I descend upon the office to CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how some things just slip your mind? Huh! My sixth cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this piece of new evidence. Witness, please correct your testimony. I haven't been killed if I have wear any mask and mask. There's that too. Why were you dressed as Mask and Mask? Why? Because I'm Mask and Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Mask and Mask trial is being held next door. Ah, yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask and Mask issue. So, I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it was a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? Harder. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, open the safe, of course. My cape got caught in the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullock's body. What was that? Back up a second! Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe! Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they're taking them off. Yes, I have no doubt what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Light hid the body because he's a murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. This metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yeah. I am not the only one now in the loop here. Witness, make sure you add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh, looks like a storm in front is moving over the fair weather judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Question for you, if it took 10 minutes, then I'm pretty sure you heard the alarm went off. Because the alarm definitely went off. Objection! Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects to CEO officer's security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security key is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? If Mr. Delite truly was a murderer, he would have ran as soon as the buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been headed his way.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there was a security personnel in the building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he would have known about that.
Objection!
But as it turns out, the guard never came. There was nothing more than coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex-new boyfriend, and that wasn't anywhere in the vicinity, was not something Mr. Light could have known.
Objection!
Huh, again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Light didn't even notice the buzzer going on. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could ignore something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Fine, let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Light said he felt dazed. I wanted to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? That's why Mr. Delite didn't know the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what you're trying to say is... Mr. Delite was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterward. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in the room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Light and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court, Mr. Wright. This is...
Objection!
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delite, he's the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push a button. It's okay, but the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real perp was there at the scene of crime, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane who sounded the buzzing? Wow, let's see. Alright, we'll prove it. The defense opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proved that it was the victim who sounded the button. Alright, I see. So it has to be the button. It had to be this. It had to be that. I believe this is a piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some type of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought of what you said before open your mouth. The fact is there are absolutely no clues, except for clue. Now, I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Ooh!
Objection!
Ron Delite, I'll just wipe them all. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button, I know he did! The defendant, Mr. Delite, was dressed as Mask the Moss. And Mask the Moss always wear gloves. What reason could he possibly have to wipe the button over free of fingerprints? Order! 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 Ha! It was seems. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is. However, if the real color was there at the crime, why would that person press the mercy buzzer? Shouldn't they always run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What is with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha! It looks like you're fresh out of politics. Deal to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullet around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delite just happened to waltz in where the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delite and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond, Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well then. Oh ho, you got some guts. I like that in our opponent. Why did the real killer sound an emergency buzzer? To call, let's say they didn't mean to do it, to find out what it did, to call the security. He had to call the security guards to frame him for the murder. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come up running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called a guard on purpose? Yes, although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock clean at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there was 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delite, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what will happen? There's only one left in the room that will be the victim and Ron Delite. And if any security guards came running in that time, they would think that I would be the murderer. Yes, that's what precisely the real killer objective. To frame Ron Delite for the murder. Pooh! Must not be that good nasty coffee. Order! 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 Ha! It will seems. I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a speak tape with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it trying to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Mask and Moss, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're going to drag that person in here right now. But, who is it? I don't have any solid proof here, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delite's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KV security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delite for the murder of Kane Bullard? Well, there's only like one freaking person, and that will be this guy right here, I'm pretty sure. Detective Atmey. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective? Atmey? You mean Mask and Moss did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in court next to us. It's not Mask and Moss at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Order! Order! Mr. Wright! Explain yourself! Thief and murder. Which is more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is more serious than crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday if you would. When Atmey confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a favorite detective was unmasked as well as Mask and Moss. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty! Mask and Moss had a perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was still in the urn at Lordy Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask and Moss was Atmey's airtight, watertight, and unsellable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi? You know, it's almost time. For what? For Atmey's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof the detective was one who committed murder. Mr. Luke Atmey trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If he were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Wright will be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Huh. And betting's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delite. So, please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounded like... Mia! Mia's back! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh! So that's your answer, huh? Very well, I decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, will we return? Please serve Mr. Luke Atmey on the trial. Yes, Your Honor. Ooh. Well, Sir Detective Atmey. Hit. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atmey, you were the one who... That's enough. Oh, we got this judge. That's enough. This court sees no reason for prolong this trial. The court found the defendant, Luke Atmey. Hold it. Wait. Don't hand your verdict yet, please. Well, sir lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser? Yeah. My name is TennisReaper, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atmey. Accusation? You accuse Mask and Moss? That man is not Mask and Moss. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Oh, he's sweating now. Uh-oh, just getting good now. Just getting good. Interfere right in front of the court. I like it. Like it a lot. Alright, we're going to end part 1 of the trial right here. And I'm assuming the next time we go to court, we're going to try to accuse him of murder, which I'm pretty sure he did at this point. Trying to cover his tracks. So thanks everybody for watching. Finish Right. It's Attorney, Trials or Tribulations. I am out.